Chapter 4, Key Terms. I've made some changes in how I want to go about doing key terms based on what I've learned in these first 3 chapters. The biggest thing I've learned is I'm not having enough time to grade all your key terms. And so I've been trying to find a way to still have you get that content because it's really important that you get the key terms and for me to get all the work done that I need to do. And that's proved challenging. And so I brainstormed, came up with an idea. It allows for a little bit of competition. You get you some extra credit points possibly if you do things, follow the assignment, but will also be a way for you to learn all the key terms from the unit, see how other people are thinking about the course, and save me some time in grading. So here's how I hope to accomplish all of these things. What I thought is that Flipgrid is actually a really good method that we can use to go about covering the key terms. So here we are in our week 10 in Schoology. And you can see under week 10, I've made the chapter 4 Key Terms Flipgrid activity. And so you're going to go into this file and you're going to find out, first off, you're going to click on this link down here, or I've opened it already. Here is an assignment for each person in the class, all about 100 of you. I've got 4 sections, so there's about 100 students total. You're each assigned to one of our terms for chapter 4. So if you look on this chart, you see all the terms down the left, and then you see all the students' names. And all I did is I started with my 4A class here, and I just listed them in alphabetical order. When I finished 4A, and I even labeled it to try and make it easier, then I went to 1B, and continued on down the list, finished up, went back up to the top, and then just kept filling names in. So the first thing you're going to do is come find your name, and then find what term you have assigned to you. Once you know your term, then you're going to research that term and come up with a creative presentation for the class. You only have 90 seconds. So in that 90 seconds, you need to define the term and give a good example of the term. If you could use a visual, that would be great. If you had something to show us or something to describe to us, that would be a great way to remember the term. Then you're going to go in and you're going to record your response. I will check all the responses, so it's set up to where they won't go published for everyone to see until I've viewed them. And so I'll go in and view the responses and see if you did them accurately. If I view yours first and you did it accurately, then you're going to have 15 points assigned to you on the 10-point assignment. So you get 5 extra credit points. Once someone has done the first one accurately and that goes live, if you were another person, so let's go back to our list here. Let's say for our habit term, let's say that Ethan went in and did that first, and then Morgan goes to do her video and sees that Ethan has already made one in that for that term. And we're going to tell because we're going to write the term name into the comment. Then Morgan won't need to go and also define the term. That won't be useful for me. That'll just take time for me to listen to, or for anybody else, because they don't need to hear that twice. So Morgan can just then go in and record the example. And you should be able to give the example in just 30 seconds. So you have 90 seconds to define and give an example. If someone's already defined, then you just have 30 seconds to go in and give a different example from the one that they gave. So give another example, and then we can hear multiple examples. So that's where the competitive aspect of this comes in. Whoever can get there first and can define and give an example will get the 5 extra credit points. If you don't get there first and somebody's already got defined and given an example, you can still get the full credit. You can get the 10 out of 10, but to get the 10 out of 10, you'll just need to give a different example than what they've already listed. So I hope that makes sense. I'm going to explain this again today, or not today, but this week in class when I see you. But I know I won't see some of you until Friday, and you'd likely like to start before then. So we'll give this a shot. Once all of these are finished, then we'll have definitions for all of our terms for you to go back and look at whenever you would like. So you can just go into Flipgrid and you'll be able to see all of the terms from chapter 4 and hear a good definition that I've approved as being accurate and see examples. And that will be a really good way to go back and check your own note cards or key term slides yourself without me having to go in and check that, because I'm just running too short on time to do that. And so this seemed like a good compromise, but it also creates the opportunity to get some extra credit points. There'll be those 5 extra credit points available for people that get there first and define and give an example first. If 2 people have both defined and given an example before I get a chance to get in and give them credit, then I will likely give both of them the extra credits, but still only pick one to go live on the screen, on the page. And so that will be the one that everyone can use as a good example for that term. Like I said, I'll talk more about this in class, but have fun with this assignment, and we will look forward to seeing you in class.